As we get older, it's easy to assume that memory lapses or feeling a little foggy are just part of the aging process, something we have to accept. But what if I told you that some of our everyday habits might actually be speeding up those changes in our brain? That's right, certain things we do, often without even thinking, could be making it harder for our minds to stay sharp. Now, I'm not here to scare you. In fact, the good news is that once we're aware of these habits, we can start making small changes that add up to big differences over time. So today, let's talk about 5 dangerous habits that could be speeding up dementia, and more importantly, how we can stop them in their tracks. The first habit we need to talk about is skipping social interactions. Now I get it, life gets busy, or maybe you've lost touch with some old friends over the years. But here's the thing, our brains thrive on connection. When we spend too much time alone, our minds don't get the stimulation they need to stay active. Think of it like a muscle. If you don't use it, it weakens. Studies have shown that seniors who stay socially engaged have a lower risk of cognitive decline. So what can you do? It doesn't have to be complicated. Call an old friend for a chat, join a community group, or even strike up a conversation with a neighbor. Those little moments of connection add up, and your brain will thank you for them. Now, the second habit is one you might not expect: poor sleep. If you're not getting enough quality rest, your brain doesn't have the chance to clear out toxins that build up during the day. Over time, this can contribute to memory problems and even increase the risk of dementia. Maybe you've noticed it's harder to sleep through the night as you've gotten older. That's common. But there are ways to improve it. Try sticking to a regular bedtime. Avoid screens an hour before bed, and keep your bedroom cool and dark. And if you're someone who naps during the day, try to keep it short, 20 to 30 minutes, so it doesn't interfere with your nighttime sleep. These first 2 habits, staying socially active and prioritizing sleep, are powerful steps toward protecting your brain. But there's more we need to cover, so let's keep going. The next habit is one that affects more than just your physical health. It has a direct impact on your mind, too. Now let's talk about the third habit that could be quietly affecting your brain health: a sedentary lifestyle. It's no secret that as we age, moving around can feel a little harder. Maybe your knees aren't what they used to be, or you just don't have the same energy. But sitting too much isn't just bad for your joints or heart. It can actually speed up cognitive decline. Here's why. Physical activity increases blood flow to the brain, delivering oxygen and nutrients that help keep your mind sharp. It also encourages the growth of new brain cells and strengthens the connections between them. The good news? You don't have to run a marathon to see benefits. Even a daily 20-minute walk, some gentle stretching, or light gardening can make a big difference. The key is consistency, finding ways to move that you enjoy so it becomes a natural part of your day. Now, the fourth habit is one that sneaks up on many of us: eating too much processed food. We live in a world of convenience, and sometimes it's just easier to reach for packaged snacks or frozen meals. But those foods are often loaded with sugar, unhealthy fats, and additives that can cause inflammation, not just in your body, but in your brain as well. Research suggests that a diet high in processed foods may increase the risk of dementia, while whole, nutrient-rich foods, like leafy greens, berries, nuts, and fatty fish, can help protect your brain. You don't have to overhaul your diet overnight. Start small. Swap out one processed snack for a piece of fruit or a handful of nuts. Cook one extra homemade meal a week. Over time, these choices add up to a brain-healthy eating pattern that supports your memory and focus. Both of these habits, moving more and eating better, are within your control, and the best part is, they don't just help your brain. They improve your overall well-being, giving you more energy and vitality in your day-to-day life. Now, there's one more habit we need to discuss, one that's especially important in today's world. It's something many of us don't even realize we're doing, but it could be taking a toll on our mental sharpness. The fifth and final habit we need to talk about is one that's become all too common in our modern world: chronic stress and negativity. Now, I know what you might be thinking: stress? At my age? Shouldn't life be calmer by now? But the truth is, stress doesn't magically disappear as we get older. Whether it's health concerns, financial worries, or even just the constant bad news we see on television, prolonged stress releases hormones that can actually damage brain cells over time. Here's what's fascinating. Studies show that people who regularly practice stress-reducing activities like meditation, deep breathing, or even just spending time in nature have better cognitive function as they age. It's not about eliminating stress completely, that's impossible, but rather changing how we respond to it. Maybe for you that means starting each morning with 5 minutes of quiet reflection, or making a habit of writing down 3 things you're grateful for each night. These small practices can literally reshape how your brain handles challenges. Now, let's take a moment to tie everything together. We've covered 5 dangerous habits that can speed up dementia. Isolating yourself socially, neglecting quality sleep, living too sedentary a lifestyle, eating processed foods regularly, letting stress go unchecked. But here's the beautiful part. Every single one of these is within your power to change. You don't need dramatic overhauls or expensive solutions. Just small, consistent steps in the right direction. Maybe today you'll call an old friend or swap that afternoon cookie for some walnuts and blueberries. Perhaps you'll take a short walk around the block before dinner, or try a simple breathing exercise when the news gets overwhelming. Remember, your brain is always capable of change and growth, no matter your age. Each positive choice you make is like depositing money in your cognitive bank account. Your experiences might inspire others in our community. If you found this helpful, please give this video a thumbs up. It really helps others discover this important information. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing to Aging Gracefully 60 for more tips on living your best life after 60. Here's to taking care of that wonderful brain of yours, because every year is a gift, and you deserve to enjoy each one with a clear, vibrant mind. Until next time, remember, small steps lead to big changes. Keep shining.